Hey everyone, and welcome. This is POPX Cast, where science fiction meets
pop culture.
We are a geek podcast for geek culture. So are you ready to get your geek on? Sit back, relax, put on that Ninja Turtle onesie, warm up those chimichangas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is POPX Cast. You are listening to POPX Cast, where science fiction meets pop culture.
Here we go!
POPX Cast.
I was born in it, molded by it.
POPX Cast. No strings on me. Autobots, transform. I'm Batman. By the power of Grayskull. POPX Cast.
We're doomed.
Goal here at Tyrell. More human than human is our motto.
Here's Johnny.
Never had a pet pony.
Hasta la vista, baby.
POPX Cast.
Captain's log supplemental.
Negasonic Teenage. What the
I am the one who knocks.
Excelsior!
All right. What is up, POPX Cast? How in tarnation, Sam Hill, Austin Burke. How you doing, man?
I'm giddy with
Are
joy.
Are you giddy?
It's good to be back,
Dude,
man. I missed
it's
you.
been a minute, right? It's been a minute. Like, oh my God, we got new digs in here and everything, dude. So it's like, so chill. Chill vibes. We're chilling. I like that music, man. I was sitting there vibing to M82, you know. I was enjoying it. So, man, the chat is like hopping right now. Yeah, I do miss the intro, too. I miss the intro a lot. We got a little bit of music playing in the background, just kind of setting the vibe here. Just a little soft tunage to get us through the conversation as we're rocking and rolling. You know what I mean? I feel like you know I can vibe better when there's melodic tones penetrating my ear canal and my cerebral cortex.
Yeah. I love penetration. That's my favorite.
No!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Penetrate.
Oh no! Anyway, oh my God, guys. My name is Joseph Burke. It is good to have you guys here on board for POPX 148, coming to you on this February the 16th, 2025. Tonight we're going to be talking about Captain America, Brave New World. Is it brave enough to be in a new world? I don't know, but I think me and Austin have quite a bit to talk about. If you've never tuned into POPX, I want to say this is a geek podcast. We just let go. We be ourselves. Where science fiction meets pop culture. And I'm one of the co-creators of POPX Cast, as well as this Austin. But if you've never connected with me at Joseph Burke Arts, guys, connect with me over on, there's a lot of places. Just go to josephburkearts.com and you can check out my store that I have for some of the art things that I create. And also check out my brand new website, bluemanfan.com. Big shout out to Tammy over in the chat room right now, hanging out. But I used to run Blue Man Group's official fan base back in the early 2000s. Then I moved to Florida. Money got tight. Had to turn the servers down. Had to shut everything off. But after 15 years, we are back. BlueManFan.com is back. And it's good to be back in that way. Austin Burke, what about you? Who are you?
Well, I'm. Let's see if I remember this. Austin Burke, certified film critic and YouTube extraordinaire. See, I remember, man. It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
Way too long. But you guys know, I mean, I'm on YouTube. I'm watching movies, talking. Right now, we're in the midst of awards ceremony. So if you guys want to follow me on YouTube, man, we just talked the BAFTA Awards. In 2 weeks, we have the Oscars which is a big deal. I am Team Dune, even though it's not going to win Best Picture, still Team Dune to this day. But man, it's been a busy last couple of weeks. But we are, with the Marvel and DC slate this year, this weekend starts, I think, a pop culture renaissance almost, because we only got, think about this, Joe, we got one Marvel movie last year. MCU, I ain't talking about the Sony stuff.
Yeah.
One MCU movie last year, but this year we've got Fantastic Four, Superman, and we're going to start with Captain America. But we got some stuff to talk about this year, man. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun, and we're going to be continuing doing this as well. And I want to just pause really quickly. Normally we would have a third slot here. Jeremy Stoltz usually joins us, but Jeremy had some issues with his vehicle tonight and wasn't able to actually get out and see Captain America: Brave New World. But I think he's beating himself up more. I understand, how that is, because he really wanted to be on the show tonight. But from all of us here at Team POPX, we love you, Jeremy. Don't beat yourself up too hard, okay? You're an amazing dude. End of story. Done. Okay? So.
Agreed.
Yeah, but anyway. There's a lot of crazy things going on in my life. Darth Baca actually just alluded to one. I built a custom brand new desktop that is insane. If you go to my Instagram account, on my highlight reels, as you can scroll the little highlight reels, there's one called Goliath PC Build. Darth Baca, if you're on @JosephBurkArts on Instagram, you can actually go through there and watch the creation and see this insanely new computer that I'm so blessed and fortunate to be able to use now as a production workstation. I'm very excited about that. And it's just a lot of really cool stuff going on in Orlando right now. I don't know if you guys have heard, Epic Universe is about to open in a couple of months. You guys know anything about Epic Universe? I mean,
it might be time for me to come to Orlando, Joseph.
Have you seen the dude? Seriously, like, I don't know which realm of the portals, Nintendo Land, the horror movie land, How to Train Your Dragons, Donkey Kong Land. It's just like, where do you need like a week to do Epic Universe? Crazy. It's an exciting time to live in Orlando, bro.
They first announced it, and 2025 seems so far away, and now we're here.
We're here, yeah.
And it's the same thing with the new Avengers movies. It's like that seems so far away 4 or 5 years ago. When are we getting our next Avengers movie? They start shooting this year. It's like the fact that time has moved that quickly. COVID was 5 years ago. It's kind of insane.
Dude, I'm telling you. And it's just so crazy. And they're releasing pictures. There's like tour helicopters flying over the land every day. Dude, there's like 500 workers in one portal, 500 workers in a... There is at least, no joke, there's at least like 1,500 people working on this at the same time to meet opening day launch. Now, John over in the chat says, hey, did you get your opening day tickets? No, I did not. I do not want to be there opening day. Are you silly?
Impossible. Yeah.
I am not dealing with that. When Wizarding World of Harry Potter opened up in Orlando about 12, 14 years ago, the line to get into the land itself extended all the way out into the Universal City Walk parking lot. Now, Austin, you went to Blue Man Group with me that time.
Yeah.
Remember the long, multiple walkways, moving walkways? That is where the line began.
That's insane.
If Epic, seriously, me and Alex, we said this to ourselves. We're going to give this thing a year or and a half because there's going to be technical issues. There's going to be delays. There's going to be malfunctions. Let them iron it out. Give them about a year, then go enjoy it.
Yep.
So
I agree.
But anyway, what's new in your world? I mean, you have cloned yourself technically.
Yes.
And when I just got to say hello to Laura Riley just a minute ago, how's everything going with her?
She's unbelievable. She is learning so fast. I mean, repeating every word we say. She's got her colors down. And I'm not just saying this because I'm her dad. All right. We counted to 10 the other day.
Okay, that's huge.
1, she said 2, I said 3, she said 4. She's not even 2 years old. Now, I don't know what that means or how far along she is, but I was very impressed. And I think a lot of it has to do with, man, the teachers at her daycare are so wonderful. Like, they've taught her sign language.
Wow.
They've taught her how to count.
Wow.
Of course, we've helped, but they're so wonderful, man.
It took me 10 years to wipe my own butt. Like,
I still
mean,
don't.
it's just I know, right? Water hose.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Well, no, I let it fester. You know, I just
you're growing something in the nether regions. That's not right at all, is it?
Growing.
Oh,
It may be a fungus.
There's a humongous fungus down there in the old southern nether region.
Speaking of fungus,
here we go.
She's had just a quick story, some stomach problems this
Oh.
weekend. She may have caught something at daycare.
Oh,
We
no.
walked in the kitchen a while ago.
Oh, no.
You guys ever heard of the term blowout? You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Don't look it up.
Oh.
It was bad.
Oh.
I
Wow.
want to cry. It was so bad.
Wow.
It was so bad.
Wow.
The dog was eating it. It was horrible.
No.
It was horrible. It was so bad. Oh.
Which
Just
dog was it?
licking, and
Minnie?
I'm just-
Was it Minnie or Buddy?
Minnie, yeah, she
Oh,
just
no.
well, Buddy's like confused, blind in a corner, and Minnie's over there just eating Riley's, and I'm just like, I live in a madhouse. Somebody needs to put me in a padded room. I was,
Jesus, Mary,
Horrible.
mother of Joseph.
and Riley's just the happiest. She's sitting there like,
Well, yeah, I would feel relief too, Austin, if I would,
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, it was bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
On that note, Jesus. No. Oh no.
No, no.
Oh no. I know.
was so bad.
It's so horrible. Well, guys, listen. We're switching things up a little bit on this episode. We're not doing any news. We actually got done with the script. We're like, we're just going to ditch the script and we're just going to do it off the cuff because Austin and I have been doing this far too long. We don't need a script to tell us how to do a podcast. So, with that said, man, it is so good to be back with you right now in this moment on 148 as we get close to 150. Wow. I just want to say that really quick. Random Joe thought. There you go. Enjoy.
Insane.
Take that, little butterfly. Fly away. Enjoy. But Captain America, Brave New World. Man, I was really excited for this one. And the first trailer 1, when we saw it, it gave me so much hope for this franchise. I'm starting with the trailers here, folks. Okay, we're going back a year almost. And I saw the trailer and I'm like, man, this has Winter Soldier vibes written all over it. So excited. And the film wrapped somewhere around the end of summer last year. Wrap production. Principal photography was done. Then the reshoots. Then more reshoots. Then more reshoots.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, what is going on? You and I were talking before the show, like, there's something wrong with this. Like,
Yeah.
why is there so many reshoots? And we're going to get to that. We're going to unpack all that here in a minute. But the overall gist, if you're going in blindly, you've never watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Disney Plus, so you have no idea what you're getting into. Who is Isaiah Bradley? Who is this character? Who is the Falcon? Who is all these new characters? That could confuse you a little bit, especially if you're a kid and you're like 8 or 9 years old and your parents don't let you watch Disney Plus, and you get in this movie and you're excited and then you're like, oh wait, who is all these new people? You have no idea. You have no foundation on which to bring in, especially if you're a child or whatever, or if you're just a moderate Marvel fan. You know, you may have seen 1 or 2 movies and you're coming in, and then they just throwing out all these people. And you see in the film, Sam Wilson has a very long-lasting relationship with Isaiah Bradley, and that's played out on screen. But out of that context, that relationship actually founded Falcon and Winter Soldier about 2 or 3 years ago. So Austin, off the cuff, based off of just the build up, if you will, to Captain America: Brave New World. We're doing good, Abbott. How are you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Austin, the build up. Let's talk about the build up first. What was your thoughts before going into the actual theater, based off of the trailers and the marketing material? What was your vibe?
Well, I was kind of torn. I'm with you on that first trailer. I love the way it was edited together. I like the music in the background, and it kind of gave you a sense, it's almost false hope, of what felt like a grounded and more take itself seriously tone, which you get shades of in the movie. But when they started releasing those clips about 3 weeks ago, and we started to see the silliness of the clips and that scene of Harrison Ford on the airplane where he's on the whatever that is, elliptical, and I'm just like, this doesn't match what I felt from the trailer. And what I felt from the trailer, it was unnecessary, and honestly, this is an unfair comparison, but like you, I'm getting Winter Soldier vibes. And I think a big issue was me going back and watching Winter Soldier and Civil War the day before I watched this movie.
Yeah, you screwed yourself. Yeah, you screwed yourself big time.
I did. Well, and it's almost like, you know, not that the Russo brothers have thrived outside of Marvel, but within Marvel, they are such, I consider them elite comic book filmmakers. They know what makes the fans happy, but they have a very cinematic look and feel. The choreography's good, the fighting's good. I watched this movie and I get just not cinematic vibes. Felt like an extended episode of a television show. The choreography feels slowed down, almost the hand-to-hand combat. And so it's a very unfair comparison, man. But like you said, you watch that first trailer, the first little bit of marketing, you can't help but to make that comparison, man. It hit me hard just like it did you.
That's right. And so, like you said, though, I don't know why. Honestly, and I want to allude over to chat right quick. Abbott is just, AJYT Abbott, he said, I really wish that they would have left the Red Hulk kind of a secret. I know that would have dampened some of the extreme excitement, going in, but it would have made a third act so much more cooler in terms of that final. And you know what, Abbott? I got to agree. Why did they show the climactic moment of the film and so many snippets of that battle in the cherry blossom scene that we saw? Why? And I think, honestly, it would have been more of a buzz moment coming out of the film if they would have done the Fantastic Four style. You know what I'm talking about, the Fantastic Four treatment?
Yes.
They're only doing the first 30 minutes of the movie in trailers.
Yes.
There's literally 2 hours of the film that nobody will have no idea what's going to happen. That's what they should have done.
Well, that's kind of what they did with Endgame too, right? That first Endgame trailer, dude, you didn't see. There's not an ounce of that final battle in the trailers, and so that marketing. And I get it. You want more people coming in. Oh, they see the Red Hulk, but even then, if you're a comic book fan, you're going to know who Red Hulk is, and you're going to go see this movie probably regardless. I understand not everybody is. But then if you're not a comic book fan, that also raises questions. Some people don't know who Red Hulk is. They're like, why is Hulk red? So
why is he red?
It's not that it gets them more excited. It does a little bit. But I think a better draw would have been to tease Harrison Ford's transformation in the trailers, not put Red Hulk on the posters. Instead, put the leader, even though I didn't like the design, put the leader on the poster, put the leader in the trailer, because that's not really, I don't think that reveal landed as much as a Red Hulk reveal would have landed to hardcore audiences.
That would have been Russo levels reveal.
Yes.
That would have hit.
The buzz.
All right. So
and people treating it like No Way Home, that buzz would, I think, make the second weekend even stronger.
It would have carried it probably for the next 2 or 3 weeks, to be honest with you, because everybody will be like, do you got to go see the Red Hulk, Harrison Ford?
Go see the end.
Got to go see it. The last 15, 20 minutes was amazing. But let me pause you right there. You were talking about the leader. Did you hear that the leader originally wore the prosthetic that extended his forehead to make him look like the Samuel Stearns? Did you hear that? And
no, I saw the concept art this morning, and it looked so much better.
It looked so much better, but here's the thing. When they showed the movie to test audiences, when the leader came out, and you can find this information online. I'm not making this up, folks. This is on Reddit. This is everywhere. This is on, I think, what is it, Cinema Geek. This is on IGN, which I really take grain for salt on IGN. I'm not really a fan of their platform. But anyway, that's apples and oranges. But they said that the audience laughed at the prosthetics that that Samuel Stearns was wearing, and it's just like, whoa. The audience has no idea who the leader is in the comics.
No.
And I kind of wish that they would have just called him, instead of the hero, because he called himself right out, I am the hero. No, call yourself what you are. You're the leader.
Yeah.
The manipulator, the mind guy. And so I was just, the final process, I love the eyes, the glow of the eyes with the gamma.
Eyes were cool.
Eyes were cool.
Yeah.
But that brain thing,
Cool.
I don't know what the hell that was all
missed
about.
it, man.
Dude, that was,
I missed the head.
that was disgusting. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, you look like you just creeped out of Goosebumps or something. I don't know what you are, but you do not belong in the MCU. This is not the leader. I'm sorry. And I think, honestly...
If I had...
Go ahead.
If I had to get in the mind of the people that made that decision, what they probably thought was that they were making him look... The look was more sympathetic. Like, you almost feel bad for him.
Right.
But then again, he's not really that type of character.
I get that.
You know what I mean? Like, based on his circumstances alone, you would feel bad for him. You don't really need to visualize that. And so why stray so far away from the comics when I think one good thing the MCU has done is they've kept the comics at the forefront. And so when you start to stray away, then we start to feel that 2015 Fantastic Four, Fox bad X-Men movie vibe of you're not doing what you know makes fans happy. So why do it to start, you know?
Yeah, and, Kiki over in the chat is like, you make gamma pills and it can make you a Hulk. Is that from the comics? Absolutely, it is not from the comics. Gamma rays actually either came from a device or from cosmic solar energy. It was never administered in pill form that I know of. And trust me, I have quite a collection of Incredible Hulk comics because Hulk is my favorite character. I know that's canon very well with Banner, Amadeus Cho, all the Hulks. I know a lot of that stuff. And I'm no expert, but from what I gather, it's either been transferred by cosmic rays, by energy, or by Banner's gamma machine. But anyway, I just want to hit the chat right quick. The leader was so lame as well, as says Abbott. I agree with you 1,000%. Hayden says, I personally like the story, but I don't think at times it feels like it convoluted and confused. Absolutely. I do feel that. Yep. Abbott went on to say the audience knows where it's going, and then they know where he's doing, and it left you, and he's going to manipulate the Red Hulk. Exactly. And here's another thing that I had with this. Why was the leader telling us the narrative of the story and the plot line like we're idiots? Did you get that part? I am the guy.
The worst part of the movie.
I am the puppet master, and I am back here manipulating. I'm the one you're looking for. Why would... what?
Look, exposition is almost vital in comic book movies. I get that. But there is a way to go about it. Exhibit A, B, and C with the first three Captain America movies that's not so in your face.
Yeah.
And to literally have the villain not only give his villainous plan, which we see sometimes, to tell the whole tale whenever he's talking. It's
within
like every
5
time he's
minutes.
talking.
Yeah.
And he's what does Syndrome say in Incredibles? He's monologuing. Well, what's the point of him monologuing to tell us, the audience, what's going on? Like, dude, just do it in a better way.
Do you feel that Disney has dumbed down their audience so much?
Yes.
Because they have to feel they need to explain the narrative?
You've got to grow with your audience. You can't continue to backtrack and treat them like they're stupid.
Do you think that ideology, though, is you think that's for the younger kids? Or do you think, because the seasoned adults who watch these movies and love these movies and loves the franchise, though it's dwindling away because this was crap. Not crap. This it could have been done a lot better, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't think that it was necessary for Samuel Stearns as the power villain of the film to explain in detail the entire plot point of what he's doing. Like, it was so not needed. It was like, oh, and what a waste of character, and what a waste of character for Sidewinder, because he looks nothing like himself in the comics. And I don't know, man. It just felt like there was a couple of characters in there that I was like, okay, I get this one. I don't understand this one. Why is this one? And it just felt, like you said, like they said in the chat, convoluted is the term.
Yes.
And there's just too many characters. They try to do too much with it. And honestly, in hindsight, I'm just going to say it. I think Anthony Mackie got kind of dissed a little bit on his own Captain America movie. Why is this a sequel to 2013's The Incredible Hulk?
Yeah.
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 Why is this a secret sequel to a film that technically didn't do that good in the box office?
No, and if you're going to introduce all these or reintroduce a lot of these characters, then bring in Bruce Banner. Like, I don't understand why we've got to make a Hulk sequel include Captain America instead of the Hulk. It's such a confusing, like, if you wanted to hit on introducing adamantium and what they do with Eternals, like, even if you want to address that Eternals thing,
Right.
fine, but don't address the Eternals thing, introduce the X-Men, bring back Incredible Hulk characters, make it a sequel to Incredible Hulk, and then include characters from Captain America and the Winter Soldier. That means Marvel fans watching this movie, they had to watch like 6 different things leading up, whereas that makes sense for an Avengers movie, but they should know since Avengers Endgame, people haven't watched everything. So for them to have to see Falcon and Winter Soldier, Eternals, all of these things to just even start to make sense of a little bit of this. You know what I mean?
The What If
That's
series.
a bummer.
Yeah, even the What If series ties into it.
Absolutely, man. I don't understand that mentality. And then it shortchanges Mackie, who I thought was good in this movie.
I think Anthony Mackie is a badass Captain America. Let's just say it for what it is. He's awesome.
He was good.
He was great. He's got the skills. He's got the moves. I mean, it was probably a stunt double, but honestly, I mean, a guy who basically has Wakandan technology and is using it, as well as he's got the suit, the technology, the metal.
Yeah.
He's got everything that he needs to be able to, as a human mortal, fight people like Red Hulk, which was in the comics. I don't think that would have went that well. No. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. I don't. It would have been ripped apart. It would have been torn in a million pieces. But let me skip around for a second, because I have got to talk about this. This has been something that I haven't been able to talk with on anybody in any level. Did Secret Wars really happen? You know where I'm going with this? Did anybody stay for the post-credit scene? Anybody? Raise your hand. Anybody? Again. Let's go back to Samuel Stearns, the leader, whatever you want to call him, brain dude. He's sitting there talking about his plot, about, I hope you're ready for the ones that's coming. The ones that, the ones that are coming that, I was like, okay, you're talking about Secret Wars, and that's the Skrulls, but, like, didn't Marvel already do that? I was just like, wait, are you redoing the Secret Wars because the Secret Wars on Disney Plus sucked so much? I mean, who else? It was horrible, dude. That was a post-pandemic show. There was scenes of brutality that were filmed in that series, and they had to dumb it down because people who got triggered, God forbid, in a post-pandemic era, Disney had to that show sacrificed horribly. But anyway, what are they alluding to? Like, I know we're bouncing around, but this has been burning in my brain for the past 3 days. Since I saw this on Thursday night. The ones who are coming, I mean, all right, so the multiverse, is he talking, I mean, it has to be the Skrulls, right?
Honest to God, I think they filmed that and didn't know who he was referring to. I think they just filmed that with the intent of, okay, we don't know if it's going to be, is it going to be Kang? Is it going to be the Skrull? We don't know. But we're just going to warn them about something. And to me, that's just stupid. Aimless, man. That is so aimless. That was the most unnecessary. Like, even the Captain America sitting in the chair saying, what are you waiting on? That is the most unnecessary post-credit scene I've ever seen in a Marvel movie.
It was
just
bad,
so
dude.
dumb, and you could tell they had no clue what they were warning us about. They had no idea.
You know, it's really interesting. The movie at face value is good. Don't get me wrong. I had a fun time.
Conceptually.
Conceptually, it was good. Canonically, and okay, let me back out. Let me explain myself here, because I feel like I feel like I need to dumb myself down because my thoughts are going so fast. Marvel has created a conundrum within themselves to where there is so much out there now in terms of films, over 35 movies now, plus and growing. And we're in MCU Phase 5. All the Disney Plus shows, all of this other side content that you get, you almost, like, they have to allude in every movie the blip, which was alluded in this movie. Mm-hmm. They now, canonically, they have to... it's just, well, Falcon and Winter Soldier, of course, which was built basically a sequel. This is a sequel to Falcon and Winter Soldier, technically. Mm-hmm. I feel like they have created this bubble for themselves that they can't burst, because now every Marvel movie, every fan who watches these films is going to be like, "Oh, you didn't mention that. Oh, that's a timeline error. That's this, that's that," and now whatever director is hired to come on board is handed this steaming turd on a platter that they have to basically, okay, we got this really great idea for a movie, but here is a nice, beautiful elephant poo that you have to kind of somehow mix around inside of this and make it work. So now, even if you got a good script, you got to change a few things. You got to add a few things. You got to please the fans who like What If, and then you got to please the fans who like WandaVision, and then you got to please... Oh my God, it's just like, can't we just have a Marvel movie to be a Marvel movie without all of the craziness and the multiverse and all this crap? I mean, it's literally the past 3 years has having to been to allude to everything that happened in Infinity War and Endgame.
Yep.
Do you feel that way?
Part of me, I feel bad for... And look, I don't think this director did a good job visually. Again, I think this looks more like a TV show than a movie. I don't think it has that cinematic quality to it. But at the same time, man, it feels like this poor guy was handed this jumbled, misconstrued, like, so many ideas, and it's like, here's a script, and then here's a script, and then here's a redone script, and I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him, because he came out and he denied. He's like, look, guys, we had a normal amount of reshoots, but when you have pop figures of characters that aren't in your movie, and then you have Giancarlo Esposito brought in at the last second. Yeah, you can tell when you make him a character that's forgettable, Giancarlo Esposito, that's when you know you've got a jumbled mess on your hands.
Yes,
and it stinks because, again, Joe, conceptually, I like what they're doing with Cap here, and I actually really like Cap's relationship. I'll tell you what, man. I think Harrison Ford did a great job in this movie.
He commanded every scene. He commanded every scene.
He's great.
Yeah, and Darth Baca just typed in something in the chat room that I am going to allude to. Thank God they brought back the Russo brothers to reintroduce the X-Men and bring in... Is it the Secret Wars?
Yes.
Is that what they're doing, or is it Doomsday?
Doomsday. Yeah, I think they're doing both.
I think they are. I think it's all three, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, thank God they can bring some continuity and some reason. But here's the thing. I hope that Disney doesn't do Disney things. By that, I hope that the Russo brothers are given a script that they can bring that is intellectual, like Winter Soldier, something that truly you won't know the answer to until the last 20 minutes of the movie. You know what I mean? We need that again, and we don't need to be dumbed down like we're idiots watching a film and have some dude explain the entire narrative of the film and pretty much, I don't want to say spoil it, but just kind of like suck the life out of you in the middle of the movie. And I think that's what they did with the Samuel Stearns character. It was just a waste. And I think that he could have been done. He could have been set up, dude. He could have been set up for Doomsday and Secret Wars, because the leader is such a pivotal The dude is a sinister. He's up there with like Mr. Sinister,
Yeah, man.
and like Magneto. Like, you're talking heavy hitter, a villain. And but yeah, I do believe that Harrison Ford was an amazing addition for Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. I do feel that. I mean, he commanded every scene, even his transformation scenes. You can tell Ford was all in on that. The only thing that concerns me with that is Ford's age. Going forward in the MCU, I don't really foresee Harrison Ford being able to do a lot of that commanding stuff. Now, mind you, there will be stunt doubles and assistants and stuff like that, given his age. But, you know, it makes you wonder, like, how much more does the man have in the tank? You know, because he's like 82, 83, something like that. It's just like, whoa.
The guy phoned it in for years, from like 2005 to 2015, and then Force Awakens comes out, and you're like, no, this is actually pretty good. And ever since then, even the last Indiana Jones, I feel like he's just I think he realizes how much people love him. I genuinely believe that. And so he went all in on this role. Did he do it for the money? You damn right he did it for the money. But he went all in. He definitely did. But I really appreciate what he brought to the table, man. And it made, again, the whole movie, you know Red Hulk's coming. You're looking forward to Red Hulk. Now, that's not good for a Captain America film. But to say that they deliver, I think I can say they deliver on the finale at least.
Yeah,
right?
The finale was good. I mean, there was some CGI wonkiness I saw. There was some post-production CGI that was like, ooh, especially when you threw the rock, the big massive boulder, and you could just see it look like a like a Black Panther Part 1, like unfinished kind of CGI render, because I guess the studio just ran out of budget. But I think overall, though, I think the clips leading up to it, I like the idea how Harrison Ford's character, General Ross, was set up from the get-go. He had a heart condition and was taken advantage of. I like that. That's a good point. That's a good pivot in a film to use to introduce the Red Hulk. But all the other stuff in between, building up, and just the nuances and the dumbness, it was just a little bit much. And let's talk about the other characters for a minute. We talked a little bit about Giancarlo Esposito, but what about the other, the Black Widow-esque character? I can't even remember her name now. Again, you're going back, and we're talking about characters that, like Austin said, they're kind of not rememberable. They're not, you kind of forget about them because there's just so much going on. And
I don't understand why they had to bring in her, a new character, and make super forgettable, and not use Agent Carter, who is a big character in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and could have played that exact role.
Yeah, it was Saber was her name in the movie, Saber. And
where's Agent Carter? Like,
where's Agent Carter? Where is Agent Carter's daughter?
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. That's
that's the one you're talking about. Okay,
the blonde-haired.
Yeah. The one that kissed Cap under the bridge in Winter Soldier. Yeah.
You have someone. The problem with this new character is we learn nothing about her, and so we don't care.
We don't know her
background. We know enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no backstory. We know enough about this girl from Civil War, Falcon Winter Soldier, to care. So if she's playing that role, I immediately care more. And they didn't do it.
Yeah. And, the Secret Service agent as well, that was basically the side for Harrison Ford. She wasn't even mentioned by name. She didn't even have it was a Secret Service. Did you know that she just was called Secret Service agent?
That's
the
crazy.
whole time. Yeah, she didn't even have a physical name. I didn't know if you guys knew that.
I didn't think she gave a bad performance. I thought she was pretty good. It's just you don't learn anything about her.
Yeah. And let's talk about Joaquin Torres, the new Falcon. A little bit of comic relief. I kind of enjoyed some of his banter and some of his goofiness. And we all knew probably from the get-go there's something that's going to happen to him that's going to create a story flop where, he's going to go down or he's going to have some kind of traumatic injury. I saw the writing on the wall from the first 15 minutes of the movie because you know you don't build up a movie and grow to love a character to. There's got to be some kind of like your heart's going to be ripped out of you there for a minute. But I thought he did a good job.
My problem with Torres, and I keep playing the comparison game. I compare this Cap and Falcon relationship to the Cap and Falcon relationship in Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And I just don't care as much now. And there's something about, and I think he's a good actor, but there's something about this handing the torch over and over and over to new replacements, and we got a new Hawkeye, we got a new Black Widow, we got a new with Florence Pugh. It's like these are great actors, but there's something so special about the OGs. And yes, we've still got Mackie, but when Mackie was Falcon, I felt a ton of charisma. I didn't quite get that from Torres here, and so I think he's a good actor, but I was just kind of like missing something from that relationship.
Do you think that they're drowning Anthony Mackie's character with all this like guilt stuff? That's really unnecessary.
Yeah, it's you know what? That's my main flaw.
Yes.
You ready?
Yeah.
This movie's message is the same exact thing. I thought he overcame in Falcon and Winter Soldier, the TV show. It's like, it's the same thing. Like, I get it if you're still thinking about it every now and then, but it's like, it's burdening him throughout this whole movie. I'm like, guys, didn't we just do this?
And then he questions
and
himself
if we're going
again.
to do it now?
Yeah, he's like, should I have taken the serum?
He questioned himself again.
Yeah, I was like,
yes.
Yeah, like
we just did this.
And then Bucky gives him a pep speech and like, dude, you're the only one that's got heart. Yeah, I'm like, do we really have to go over this again? This is like the third time you've had to be reminded about this.
That's why I think this movie took the easy route. There were so many, and not that I want my comic book movies to get political. Like, I don't want that at all.
No, we don't.
But there was something they could have done as a black Captain America, a prominent black hero taking that mantle, and they skim it.
They missed an opportunity here because that could have been
a great opportunity.
Yeah, that could have been a
great opportunity.
You know what I didn't hear in the movie? The first black man to ever be Captain America. Well, not really.
Right?
You had what was his name?
Not that you need that, but
yeah.
I see where you're going with
but
that.
You
right?
had you had Isaiah
something...
Bradley. But Isaiah Bradley was never given the mantle of Captain America. He was the first super soldier. Right.
Never got the shield.
He never got the shield. And that was a missed opportunity because I think I think the black community could have rallied behind that. Like, man, look at this. We got a superhero. Come on. Nope,
and I get this. So it's like I see both sides. I get the idea of not addressing it because then it's like you don't want to overplay it. But at the same time, man, instead of just doing the same, like, oh, I didn't take the serum as we did in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, let's give him a different dilemma that he's dealing with. That's one thing they did so well with Chris Evans is every movie, he's got something else on his heart, on his mind. He's fighting for a different cause. There's a different reason.
Right.
This is the same thing as Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm like, man, Mackie doesn't deserve this. I don't think he does.
I think he got cheated. Honestly, I think this is not the Captain America that we really should have gotten. I think this was a Hulk sequel we didn't need, wrapped up into introducing a character that will probably not be used that much, Red Hulk.
Yeah,
and it's just kind of like, there's like, it's just, I don't know, man. I have so much, and I want to address one issue here right quick. All right, how many of us sitting in the audience when Red Hulk broke out was expecting maybe a cameo by Mark Ruffalo to come in and do something about it? I was expecting that.
Dude.
Wait, it gets worse. Did you know that Mark Ruffalo's character was shot?
No. Really?
Do this for me. Go type in Brave New World 2025 and hit cast. Mark Ruffalo is still listed on the cast docket.
No.
Yes.
Bro.
I am not lying to you.
That's horrible.
I am not lying to you. Here, let me just.
How do you have a Hulk sequel without the Hulk?
let me just do something.
Do?
Let me do something really quick. Hold on 1 minute, because I've never done this on POPX, so I kind of feel like I need to do this on POPX, just because
I don't get it.
The topic is hot and heavy, and we need to talk about it. So let me see here. Let's see what window is this? Is this okay? Brave New World. Okay. It's just I have so many questions about these things that I'm like, we were talking about these reshoots very early on. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. All I type in is Brave New World Cast 2025. Look who's the last one listed. So that means Edward Norton's cameo was axed, and Edward Norton didn't get credit for playing his role of Captain America, of Incredible Hulk. But then Mark Ruffalo as Banner is listed on the website. Why?
Dude, I don't get that.
What a missed opportunity, you know?
That's crazy.
Well,
yeah, that's crazy.
John Poffenbarger, to answer your question, they are bringing back a lot. I think Eric Bana's coming back too. World War Hulk is scheduled to be coming out in the next 5-6 years. I hope they get rid of this puny, wimpy, smart Professor Hulk, because I am so done with this character. Can we just get back to some rage? Give me Gamma Rage Hulk all day long, and I'll be fine. Let's tear some stuff up.
I think if this movie did one thing well, which, again, shouldn't be a Captain America sequel, whatever, it filled that void that I've been missing from some good old-fashioned Hulk action. Which, again, why is that in a Captain America movie? But it did a good job. And that's...
It did.
People are pointing to this saying, where is that Hulk? Like, one movie with Smart Hulk, fine, but he needs to get back to what...
Well, now Smart Hulk's been filtered out through, like, She-Hulk, and he's been... So, I'm like, okay.
Move on.
Post-Endgame, it's getting old now. It's getting old.
It is.
Like, and
it is.
And he's only like 7 foot tall. Like, where's the 9 foot Gamma Rage Hulk that we've all...
Early 2000s, Eric Bana.
Dude, Age of Ultron was the most purest and genuine Hulk we've ever gotten.
Yes. 100%.
Age of Ultron.
100%.
One of my favorite movies. Thor Ragnarok was nice for Hulk. I loved Gladiator Hulk, but then they made him a comedic joke.
Yeah.
You know, don't need to see Hulk's ass in a bathtub.
Some cool action scenes?
Yeah, some cool action scenes, but I don't need to see Hulk's, who needs to see that? I don't know. I have problems with that kind of stuff. But let's circle back. We've talked about villains. We've talked about the heroes. We've talked about the directing, the reshoots, the issues surrounding this with the marketing. I'm on the consensus here when I'm saying that they should have probably have toned down the Red Hulk marketing as much and left that more for a wonderful reveal to create a buzz-worthy moment in the MCU, because no one may have not expected it, and then all of a sudden it happens, and then it leaves us like, what the heck is going on? Is Harrison Ford going to change? I think that would have been more impactful, but that's apples and oranges again, going back. I don't think the film was doomed from the start. I feel the director may have not been as confident in his final piece, hence why he had to remove certain characters, the wrestler and all of these other and introduce Sidewinder, which is, I mean, you could have done that with any character. You didn't have to bring in another Marvel villain from, just cherry picking villains like they're crazy to make a deal that went sour with Japan. I don't know, man. It's just, I feel like there was a lot of overhead issues. I think that the idea of the script was solid, but it got lost in the political correctness. It got lost in a character and a hero constantly questioning himself, which is not a bad thing, but when that question becomes repetitive through Disney Plus series and other movies and other films, he's lacking the motivation and the confidence. Like you said, he's a far better Falcon than he is a Captain America. You know, it's this paradigm, if you will, of let's just create a bunch of stuff, see what happens, put it all together on the editing room floor, and hopefully we get something that everybody will say, wow, that was a good film. You got any closing thoughts on that, Austin?
It feels like a Phase 2 Marvel movie that makes the mistakes of a post-Endgame Marvel movie. And what I mean by that is, one thing I enjoyed about Phase 2 is that all of these stories were very simple, but they were executed to perfection.
Correct.
This is a simple story. They add in about 5 extra things. But at its core, it's a simple story and one that has a very definitive end point. We're clearly building to something. But the post-in-game mistakes of we're going to add in this, and this. We're going to make it a Hulk sequel, and we're going to not focus on what makes Mackey's Captain America great. And because they do all that, it makes it feel, I'm not going to say anything because I'd need to line it out, but worse than pretty much anything we got in Phase 2, and in line with what we've been getting post-in-game. But it's not quite disastrous enough to hit those levels of like, you know, what people think about Secret Invasion and the Marvels and Quantumania. Like, those movies are just irrelevant, like Quantumania, or just kind of disastrous. Like disastrous, like Secret Invasion, which is a disaster. This isn't a disaster.
No, it's not.
But I almost feel Brave New World being not a disaster is almost just as bad because it's so dull. And that's the problem, is it's just fine. It's dull, it's meh, and there's nothing that even makes it entertainingly bad. And that's what kind of sucks about all this. It's just one big missed opportunity.
And did anybody figure out why it was called Brave New World?
Well, I know they said it once in the movie.
It was in the movie at the end, after the battle.
At the main end.
And it says, well, with the introduction of adamantium, we enter a brave new world. That's your brave new world? Really? Introducing a metal that's been in Marvel Comics since the invention of Wolverine? So I'm going to answer a question here. I believe it was Kiki. I didn't see any political correctness in the movie. What did you see? I was referring to Anthony Mackie's character. Like, they missed an opportunity and they played it politically correct to not involve any sort of his, you know, he's being a strong lead black man character. They missed an opportunity for an entire wonderful culture of people to rally behind. And I think that would have been a nice pivotal moment. You know, with Isaiah Bradley, it would have been, because Bradley, of course, was mistreated. He was abused. He was poked and prodded for 30 years in a prison. What a great moment to have a heroic... Skim it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's just too safe. Maybe not politically correct is the right terminology. Maybe just playing it safe.
Hey,
so
it was a whole bunch of, and I don't mean this in a bad way, it's just a lot of nothing. When it could have been a little bit of something.
It could have been.
And that would have made it stand on its own two legs.
Yeah.
And instead of making this Cap 4, we could make it New Cap number 1. But it didn't do that.
No.
Didn't do that.
And it, again, one more thing, and before we wrap this up and give our score, so many allusions to, well, you're not Steve Rogers. And then having the character questioning himself, I'm not Steve Rogers. I should have taken the serum. Yeah. That's really not needed. That's not necessary.
Repetitive.
How about having an entire generation of people rally behind a hero who's wearing the cap suit, the red, white, and blue? That would have been a great focal point for leadership. But again,
agreed.
They took it safe. With that said, Austin, we're going to wrap things up here, man. A great hour of just, this is exactly what I wanted. You and me, back and forth, just snowballing. Yeah. So, final POPX review. I think I saw your YouTube score, but I want to hear it here on POPX. What is your final score?
I went a 52, or in this case, a 5.2 out of 10. Again, it is not detrimental. It's not Kraven the Hunter or Madam Web from last year. Yeah. It's not going to tarnish Old Cap's legacy. It's just another misstep. Now, the good thing is, Joe, I do think we've come to the end of that post-in-game era of a messy time. And now that they know the direction they're going in, and Thunderbolts was shot way after Brave New World, Fantastic Four was the most recent movie shot, I feel as if these next two films could kind of get us back to where we need to be.
Hopefully. Because Brave New World was kind of at the end of that whole reshift and the Marvel MCU, the paradigm, and it's right on the tail end of all of that. And
when they still had Kang the Conqueror too, so they were in a whole different mindset.
But Jonathan Majors is supposed to be coming back as Kang.
Eventually. I think so. Yeah.
So, but it's good to be back here on POPX Cast. If you guys really truly enjoy what Austin and I and soon to be Jeremy, who will be joining us hopefully in the next episode, there's going to be a lot of great stuff coming out. I just finished up Cobra Kai season 6. Have you seen it? Have you seen that?
So good, dude.
Oh my God,
the ending was awesome.
The finale was 80s joy. I'm just going to leave it there. Absolutely amazing. And so there's a lot of cool things coming out. So hopefully in the weeks ahead, we're going to be planning out some episodes. You'll see them pop up on your schedule here on YouTube. And if you guys, I would really appreciate if you hit on that like button right now. If you've not hit on the like button while you're watching the stream, please do that. Make sure if you're subscribed, and I appreciate that. I didn't give my score. My score is a 7 out of 10. The reason why I went a little on the higher end and not more in the 6.2 category or whatever, I really enjoyed the introduction of Red Hulk. I think the CGI, I think it was done really well.
He looked incredible.
It made me really long for the Mark Ruffalo style physique of the Green Hulk, but seeing a Hulk just destroy was awesome because that's what Hulk does. He just, for me, that was nice. Retro Rewind. Yes, John Parfenbarger.
Oh.
Yes.
Give us an idea, John.
You want us to bring that back?
Give us an idea.
Yeah, give us an idea. What movie you want us to retro rewind that we've not rewound already? I mean, hey. And also let us know what your score is in the chat right now. We would love to see it before we end the stream. And the chat will be alive just a few minutes after I hit end stream, so you guys can still chime in. Looks like Darth Baca gave it 8 out of 10. And just so much. Incredible. I see what you did there, Austin. Nice. Nice. Dude, it is so good to see your face again. It's been a while. It's good to be back for 2025. And I appreciate you, dude, so much. We're approaching 150, which is absolutely insane that we've still been doing this since 2016. You realize we're coming up almost on our 10-year anniversary of POPX Cast. You do realize that, right?
Gosh, man. I was just a kid.
It's like John Poffenbarger's wanting to go to the Back to the Future series.
Oh!
Did we ever do Back to the Future?
I don't know.
I don't think we did. I don't think we did.
No.
Okay. Well, maybe on the next episode we'll switch it up and we'll do Back to the Future. But I do appreciate that, man. And I make sure you hit on the like, hit the subscribe, so the YouTube algorithms will, or maybe have pity on us one day and love us once again. I don't know. But what do you got going on this week, Austin? Where can people find you? What is going on your channels? Like, give us a spiel, because you're doing multiple things now. You're doing sports commentating. You're still doing your YouTube review channel. What can we see for Austin in the week ahead?
Well, it's a big awards week. We've got BAFTAs were today, Screen Actors Guild's next weekend, then we're gearing up to Oscar night, which is going to be, I'm going to be ranking the actor and actress performances on the year. I have a special video coming out talking about my biggest Oscar snubs ever. Ooh. And a little movie called The Dark Knight is going to be making that list. And so we're working on some fun stuff. And you guys can find me on YouTube. I've got 2 TikToks, one for me and then one for my my Pittsburgh Steelers called Blitzburg. Over on TikTok. Just hit 1,000 followers on there.
Let's go.
I don't post a ton right now because it's the off season, but I like to rant and ramble about how we should fire Mike Tomlin. So if you guys are sports fans, you should go follow me.
I agree.
Hey, listen.
I agree. As a Steelers fan, I agree. You know me. We see eye to eye on that, yeah.
Yeah, dude, 10-7, losing the playoffs every year. Anyway, Joe, buddy, I love you.
I love you too, man.
I can't believe we're doing this. This is so much fun, dude. The best part of my Sundays. I'm so happy to be here, man. And thank you all for joining, listening, tuning in, man. Hit that notification bell.
Please.
Come back and check us out when we're live again.
Yeah, we'll be back in a few weeks, guys. There's a lot of cool stuff coming out, and we'll make sure that we'll do a really cool episode, and you guys can come and hang with us once more. But with all of that said, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading. And, you can always drop us a line, popxcast@gmail.com. If you have a show idea, a topic idea, a retro rewind idea, anything that you want to share with us personally, we'd love to just chat with you. And so drop us a line. And you can also follow at the Burkinator with a 3 over here, and follow me at Joseph Burke Arts, and then at Jeremy Stoltz on Instagram and on Twitch, Twitter. He's on Twitch as well. But yeah, appreciate you guys so much, and we're going to wrap this up. Incredible Hulk. Missed opportunity, Mark Ruffalo. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah. All righty. Well, we love you guys. We'll see you soon. We're going to let the music fade us out. Until next time, America. Approaching 150. This is Joe and Austin, POPX Cast.
I love you.
I love you more, baby. Thanks for being a part of the POPX family. If you liked our show, please visit our YouTube page. Be sure to click subscribe and tap the notification bell so you'll know when we go live next. Visit our Discord channel by clicking the QR code on screen during our live stream, or simply visit bit.ly/Creative Multiverse. Connect with us on social media by using @PopXCast. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.